Has made her position on the issue very clear, asking the Senate to convict Mayorkas and remove him from office. For more on this, let's welcome in Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn. Senator, good morning to you. So take us through what happens tomorrow.
Yes, indeed. At 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, we will convene in the chamber. The House will bring over the articles of impeachment. They'll present that to the Senate. We will then be sworn in as jurors and will be established as a court of impeachment. At that point, we expect Chuck Schumer is going to move to table those articles of impeachment and never carry out the trial. And Charlotte, the thing that is important to note, this has never happened in our country. When the House impeaches, the Senate is required by the Constitution to take up that impeachment and hold a trial and determine if the impeachment calls for the removal from office.
All right. What happens if Schumer tries to do that?
Well, we certainly have our procedures. We're going to have a press conference this afternoon about 3:30 and go through some of the, I guess you would call it, amendments and obstacles that we can present that would force the issue. What we need is for a couple of Democrats to vote with us that this impeachment needs to go forward.
I know you visited the southern border, and I know how passionate you are about what's going on there and the crisis that has occurred in just the last 3 years. Why are you so passionate about making sure that Mayorkas is impeached?
What we need to do is realize this is something the American people want to see. When you look at the tens of thousands of Americans who have died from fentanyl poisoning, and then you look at the issue of human trafficking, sex trafficking, the thousands of women and girls that have been pulled into sex trafficking by the cartels, the way the cartels have facilitated moving gangs, whether it's Tren de Agua, the Venezuelan gang, or MS-13 gangs, or the El Salvadoran gangs, moving them onto U.S. soil. When you look at the establishment of the cartels with their hubs where they push the drugs, the human trafficking, the labor gangs, the sex trafficking, all of this has had such an adverse and negative impact. It is important that Secretary Mayorkas be held to account. He has done Joe Biden's bidding by opening up that border and allowing people to come in, people that we do not know who they are and where they're from.
Either way, a really embarrassing day setting up for the White House and the administration tomorrow. Senator, I want to get your reaction to comments that Karine Jean-Pierre made about President Biden's efforts and many actions that he's taken to address the crisis at the border. Take a listen.
The president has taken so many actions over the last 3 years, and he started off putting forth his own proposal, comprehensive immigration proposal, first day that he walked in, first piece of legislation that he wanted to move. And more than 3 years, Republicans got in the way at every turn. Every turn they got in the way of getting things done.
Senator, are you surprised that we've had several primaries and caucuses to this point, and in every state, the top issue is either immigration or the economy, yet the White House continues to do nothing to address the situation at the border, which to me is just a bad political decision for somebody running for president again in 6.5 months?
And what we do know is that Joe Biden has taken many actions on the border, indeed 94 in his first 100 days, that further opened the border, and it removed many of the penalties and restrictions around immigration and made immigration less secure. That's what he's done. His border policy is an open border. The American people disagree with that. And Karine Jean-Pierre is wrong on this. He has not done actions that secure the border, that allow us to have better ideas of who's coming into the country. What he's done is to open up that area between the ports of entry and say, don't do it the legal way, just come on in, and we're going to grant you asylum. Or even more egregious, what he has done is to grant parole to millions of people. Parolee status has been very sparsely used. If you go back to President Obama, he did about 5,600 parolees per year, paroling people into the country. Trump had about the same number. Joe Biden in 2022 paroled 800,000 people, and in 23, 1.2 million. Rob, this gives them benefits. It gives them a work permit. It allows them into the country. Why is he doing this? Backfilling population in big blue cities, because they know they're going to lose federal funds, they're going to lose congressional districts, and they don't want that to happen. People are fleeing these cities.
Yeah, absolutely. Senator, we'll be watching tomorrow. Good luck to you. Thanks so much for breaking that down
You got
for us
it.
this
Take
morning.
care.
We appreciate it.